Hey everyone, my name is Liz Labat. I am a independent teen Beachbody coach, and I wanted to share with you guys why I became a coach. So that those of you that want to kind of see how I'm doing and where I'm at, learn about my success, you can follow and you can know a little bit more about me. Well, for first off, I was introduced to Team Beachbody back in 2006. I was currently in high school playing sports like track, soccer, basketball, and I've always been pretty athletic. I've always been the type of person to really put forth a lot of effort toward my fitness as far as I was never had a problem with being overweight. I never really had a problem with my health overall. So it's either luck or it's me being consistent enough to the fact that my body and my genetics have been working together. So with that, like I said, I never really had a problem with being overweight. However, I did kind of have a problem with overeating. As I look back now, there were times where back in high school, like I said, I played a lot of sports. I was very active. I was always told that I needed a lot of calories because I'm burning off that many calories. And a lot of times I found myself to be eating empty carbs or a lot of junk food. A lot of, not necessarily soda, but eating a lot of French fries, chicken tenders, kind of greasy food, not really fast food all the time, but it was kind of hard too because at that time I worked at a ice cream shop and a grill. So I was constantly making food. So it was really hard for me the longest time to, pack a lunch when here I got a cheesesteak sitting next to me or a hoagie and some French fries with a nice ice cream cone to finish it off. So it was really hard to stay away from all that sugar and that empty carbs and to really eat healthy. But I finally, with eating like that, you get to a point where you realize that you can't eat like that all the time. Because of course, I was eating way more than I was burning off to where it was just adding up this, empty calories, and my body was storing it as fat. So my problem has always kind of been more of overeating. A lot of my weight that I hold goes to my stomach. As you can see, my arms are pretty toned. I've never really had a problem with my arms. That was always one of the problem areas that I did not like to work out at all. I did not like the fact of doing things with my arms and lifting and stuff like that. So I kind of stayed away from it. I mean, when I did, it was kind of more resistance training or, nothing hardcore. And as for my legs, again, I guess I've been pretty lucky as far as my legs go. I've pretty much been able to keep them in shape. I tend to be on, I guess, one of the taller sides. 5'7" 3/4. So I'm kind of a little bit above average, but I'm not tall. And that's one of the things right there that I got to be careful about, because with me, I'm not as tall as my parents. I'm not as tall as my brother or my grandparents, and things like that. So I'm one of the shortest out of us four. My parents are about 5'10", 5'11", and then I have a brother who's 6'3". So definitely height is not on my side there. But I've noticed that, you know, my body is naturally a small slash medium frame. So with that, you know, I should be pretty petite, but I'm tall, like I said. So for me, my problem's always been abs. It's been, you know, getting a flat six-pack abs, or, you know, having a flat stomach. So for me, I've actually always tried to concentrate that or make that my main focus. So back to what I was saying, it's just a little bit about where I'm at, or, you know, where I've been, I should say. So back in 2006, my aunt had introduced me to Beachbody. I had been over at her house, and she had the Slim and Six workout videos. And I had really, you know, I was like, oh yeah, I've seen the infomercials for that, you know, or I've heard of that before, you know, it doesn't work, are you doing it? And luckily, she allowed me to try them out with her, and then I actually ended up borrowing the videos from her for a while. So I was able to really get a feel for Beachbody and the product, and really get to see, you know, if these videos would actually work. That's something I kind of picked up along the way, as well as I started to focus more on doing home videos like Denise Austin, kind of did some Jillian Michaels here and there. So it was something that I wanted to give a try, and I figured, you know, why not? You know, I was going to the gym, I was running, you know, playing sports, and I still wasn't getting the results that I wanted, because, you know, when I went to the gym, I had, you know, worked at the gym in the past, and, you know, although working at the gym, you know, you get tired of doing the same old machines. You get tired, you know, and it's hard to get that variation for what you want. I mean, because a machine can only do so much. So I kind of started to stick away from the gym, and when I did go to the gym, it was more about running. I stayed away from the weights and tried to focus on that more with doing home videos. So I got doing Slim and Six, and within the first couple weeks, I started to see results. My arms were getting toner and tighter. I wasn't having that little bit of flab in my tricep area. And then I noticed that I was getting taller, leaner. I looked, you know, I didn't look like a marshmallow anymore. I was thinning out, you know, looking really tall and lean for my height. I lost about, I want to say, between 5 and 7 pounds. I didn't really lose a lot of weight because I didn't really have a lot to lose at the time. But at the same time, like I said, I really wasn't focused on my eating. So I was still eating the same kind of, or, you know, I'd have that binge effect where I didn't eat as much. So I definitely, you know, had to refocus on that. So once I got eating right, then I started seeing better results. Then I started to see, you know, some weight coming off. But with the Slim and Six, I actually noticed I lost more inches than anything. I lost inches in my legs and my waist and my hips, to the point that I was dropping like a pant size or two by like the 4th or 5th week. I ended up completing the program. However, at the time, I didn't know about all the incentives as far as, like, you know, logging in my workouts. I didn't know about the Beachbody community. And so I definitely didn't take it before pictures, I didn't take it after, and I didn't even write my results down. So it's kind of hard because, you know, like they say, write that down so you can go back and look at it, and I wish I did. So definitely learning from that this time. And so that leads me on to the next workout, which I'll cover in part 2.